morning, friends and followers. Kat's back in the kitchen this morning for a redo of the Show Lounge garlic toast. I'm so sorry. Big problems with the notepad yesterday. By the time I put it up on my iPad, which I cannot pause during a video, I forgot some important steps and it really wasn't a very good video. So I'm going to do this one today. We're going to do a redo on the garlic toast. I'm going to make sure I get all the steps in, and then I'm going to delete that one that I consider a big boo-boo. So here we go. Okay. What we're going to do is first we start off with margarine, people. Not butter, not country crock spread, none of those fake margarines, none of those. 100% margarine. This is what I have now. It doesn't have to be Land O'Lakes. I don't always, it's getting harder to find margarine in the store sometimes. I think people are still using it and they just aren't stocking very much or something. But you can get this, any brand, just make sure it's margarine. And this one is a pound. So per pound, okay? Then I usually weigh my garlic. So yesterday during my kind of debacle, let's say, I had forgotten. So what I did was I weighed it and then I measured it, okay? So for this recipe, per 1 pound of margarine, for every pound of margarine you use, you will add 2 tablespoons. This is a 2 tablespoon measure, this one. So, and then you drop down to a 1 teaspoon. 2 tablespoons, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Use powder. For heaven's sakes, don't use garlic salt. Oh, that would be terrible. It would taste awful. You couldn't eat it. And not granules. The powder is what works best. Granules will work if you don't have anything else. But that's it. So go here. I have 1 pound of margarine already completely melted in my pan here. And another trick or tip is you have to keep it stirred. Because you'll get that oily slick, on butter when it's not completely stirred up. So part of the secret of making this garlic toast is you have to keep stirring it. Okay? We'll get this pan ready here in just a second. We'll make sure that's all stirred up. I use a little 1.5 inch paintbrush for it. It just seems to fit. Now you'll see I'm getting my brush and I'm still stirring it. Okay. So far we have 1 pound of margarine, 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We have French bread. Let me show you what I use. I get this at Walmart. I'm not getting paid to say that. I have no sponsors. Any product I mention, I just mention because that's what I'm using, or it's on the can that you see me dump. This has about 30 to 32 slices of bread for $1. That's a nice serving of garlic bread. That's a lot. So as a matter of fact, this one needs to be dumped so that it can start drying out. And I just put it in one of my silver aluminum pans, like that. And then I split them all apart because they kind of stick a little bit together. Just open them up, split them up. Do this. You can do 2 loaves at a time. I just have 1 loaf today so far because we had to get some more. And then 2 or 3 times a day, you go through and you just kind of flip them like this. And in a couple of days, they'll be as hard as you need them to be, or as stale, I guess. And they come out like this. both sides. You can feel how dry that is. It'll never, you can keep it. I've kept this in bags for 3-4 months and use them because they're totally dehydrated. They won't mold. It's like a crouton. You know, you can keep croutons forever. So that's what you do there. And now let's get started. It's just that easy. So here we go. Get my garlic butter settled and separated a little bit. So it's really important that you keep this stirred. I mean, it's got to be stirred. And then you just paint. It's just so easy to do this. And since I've got some new followers, this is a recipe my family used in their restaurant for 25 years. It was called Bob and Dave Show Lounge here in Huntington, Indiana. And my Huntington followers will know what I'm talking about if they're old enough, because people still remember and love the Show Lounge garlic toast. I still have people call and ask me to make them a batch. And now, maybe some of you will be able to do that for yourself. It is not that time consuming other than waiting on the bread to dry out. Some people aren't very patient about it, but I'm telling you, it makes the best toast. The drier, the better. So, but a secret there is I love, when I'm making it sometimes, if I, just like today, I have some fresh bread over there, I will take a nice soft fresh piece and I'll bake it along. And then I'll eat it right away because then it's just like soft garlic toast. It's just, it's good. But it won't keep. So, okay. I think you get the idea. I'm going to finish filling this pan. And then I will put it in the oven for 10 minutes without turning it. I used to do it for like 7 minutes and then flip them over and do it another 5 or 6 minutes after I flipped them. Trying to figure out if I can save myself a little work. And I do have like asbestos fingers. Sometimes I can flip those over without burning myself badly. But that's all there is to it. And I'll finish this. And when it's ready to come out of the oven, I'll be back, show you how it is, and if it's ready or if we need a couple more minutes on it. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, everybody. Timer just went off. We're going to pull the garlic toast out now. And it looks like it's going to need maybe 2 more minutes. Yeah, I think 2 more minutes is going to be plenty. So back in the oven, 2 minutes. In the preheated 350 degree oven. In case I hadn't mentioned that. I think I did, but I'm not sure, so we'll do it again. Again, this is from a recipe that was used in my family's restaurant. My dad and his brother, Dave. My dad was Bob of Bob and Dave's. And their wives, my mother, Mary, and my Aunt Dee. They ran that restaurant for 25 years. Never had a slow weekend. Ever. Not even in the summer. It might be a little slower than normal, but there were lines to get in to eat there. When they built the bigger building and people could bring their families and stuff, we had waiting lines before restaurants really had waiting lines. And people were pretty patient, actually. Because basketball was a big deal when I was a kid growing up here. So everybody wanted to go out to eat before they went to the basketball game. And within 15 or 20 minutes, we had a full family room. And we were hopping busy, running back and forth to the kitchen, running back and forth to the bar to get drinks and beverages and appetizers, whatever they had ordered, and trying to get them in and out as fast as we could. We had one cook and sous chef for the dining room and one cook and sous chef for the bar room. And the bar room might not be that busy that early. And so all four of the guys would be cooking for the family room side, just to get everybody fed in a good amount of time. And we did an excellent job doing that. And people do appreciate that kind of stuff. And let's see. Oh, there we go. 2 minutes is up. That went quick, didn't it? I'm used to talking, so it goes fast. It's looking pretty good. It doesn't, if you try to get it too brown, it'll kind of scorch on you. Now here, this is a soft piece of bread I put in there. So, let's see here. There we go. All right, now I'll get my butter knife I have over here. And we'll taste the soft one. You can still hear it crunch from the outside. So if you want to make it, and it's so good. If you want to make soft garlic bread, then you'll just make it like this right about the time you're going to have dinner. Then you'll have fresh, soft garlic bread. Otherwise, you have this. Now, the butter will soak in and it'll get a little squishy feeling. It's not a problem. It's because it's hot. As soon as this toast cools off, it'll be hard as a rock again. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to mention that so you don't freak out when you're making it and you go to pick it up and you can feel that it's a little soft. It's not an issue. And then all you do is I line paper towels in one of these throwaway aluminum deep dish baking pans. I use them all the time. I use them for my caramel corn too. I'll get off of there. There we go. And that's it. I got enough bread dried that I can make one more pan, but I think this video tells you and shows you pretty good what it is. It is 1 pound of margarine, melted. You add 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. You use real margarine, whatever brand you want. Make sure it's margarine, not a spread. You set your oven at 350, get it preheated, and by the time you get your bread brushed, see, I have to stir again, stir. It's been sitting there for 10 minutes, 12 minutes now since we added a minute. And then you get your brush in, you do it again, you still stir. Scrape it across the bottom, make sure everything comes up, and you just paint. And you don't even have to watch for lines or anything. You can be sloppy as you want. It's perfect. So, oh, and another tip I was going to tell you was I keep a bowl of hot soapy water in my sink because I don't like having gooey or sticky fingers. So when I'm done getting the pan ready, I put it in the oven, I go over, I wash all the, garlic margarine off my hands. And then I'm good to go until the next time. But that's just, you don't want to be touching your clothes or stuff if you got greasy fingers. So, folks, that's it. I will tell you that you can find me on Facebook and YouTube. And it's Katz, capital K-A-T, apostrophe S, capital C, cooking, capital K, kitchen. Katz Cooking Kitchen. You can find my videos in either of those places, and I do hope you'll go onto Facebook and YouTube, and you'll click the like and the follows. I would really appreciate it. I have so many recipes, I can't even get them in my head as to what to make. For my low carb and keto watchers, I am getting to you. I'm picking up recipes that I think will work out great. I'm trying to figure out how to get them done in a short span of time. One of them will be a gumbo that one of my carb followers, keto followers, shared with me. Her name's Tina Inman. Hey Tina, thanks for the recipe. And I also have an easy keto ice cream. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to make this ice cream. I like to have ice cream once in a great while, and you know, it just throws you completely off your low carb world, and I'm not doing all that well, holding my own. But I hope you'll take the time to look me up, share with your friends my page, either off YouTube or Facebook. It doesn't matter. I would love to be able to have more people watch and learn some things that maybe they don't know. So coming up later today, I'll be doing my hamburger steaks with onion and gravy, and I'll probably just show you the main dish today. So you guys have a good day. Treat each other nice. Treat people like you want to be treated, and try not to let somebody's bad day turn you sour. We all have bad days. Some days people just snap at you and they may not mean it, and then some people are just mean and there's nothing you can do about it. But most people are very nice. I know so many wonderful, great people, and I am blessed to count them as my friends. So go out there, live your life with joy and happiness in your heart, and keep on watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Until the next time.